Q&A time, question and answer. Welcome to the J Chase Films vlog. I'm Jonathan Chase, and I got a comfy chair. Like, this is pretty cool, right? I wish I could always have this chair doing the vlog. I guess I could. I just don't choose to normally. Normally I'm in my office desk, but I wanted to have a little bit of a change of scenery for today's vlog just because, why not? It's gonna be fun. So I'm here to answer your questions. I have my phone, I have the YouTube comment section pulled up. The clock is because I have a lot of work to do today and tomorrow. Today is Friday, tomorrow's Saturday. Big, weekend, like I said, in like the first vlog or second or something. The weekend is the best time for me to work on Spongebob in real life. How windy is it, by the way? Is this bad? I hope it's not bad. We'll see when this video is being put onto YouTube because I'm kind of only taking one take at this. But I'm gonna go ahead and answer your questions before 3 o'clock. I gotta get this video done by 3 o'clock. I've given myself 1 hour. So let's just start. Let's start answering your questions. Okay, I want to start off with a good one. There's a lot of amazing questions, but let's start off with this one by Torado Rotbart, which, by the way, Torado, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but also, you're awesome. I see you and a few other people in like every comment section of my videos. I love seeing you guys over and over again. Like, I love seeing Torado. I know who else? Starbird. I'm starting to recognize some of these usernames, so it's funny to be like, hey, I know you. Good to see you again. So good to see you. And you asked which one of the Spongebob in Your Life videos do I like most so far? That's a good question. Man, I think that the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episode is a crazy, crazy fun one because it is a whole story in one video. Evil. I think a lot of the other ones tend to have not as much story happening. Like, the other ones are fun because it's SpongeBob and Patrick and me, and we're hanging out. And if you want to have a fun YouTube video about SpongeBob and Patrick in the real world just hanging out, the other ones are really fun. They're perfectly for that. And this movie that I'm working on, which is episodes 4, 5, and 6, the movie's awesome as a whole. All 3 episodes together are like an amazing story, but you don't get to see that whole story in each one, right? You get the first part, which is like the first bit, and you get the middle, and you got the end. So you don't get a full compact story except for, in my opinion, the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episode. I love it. It's got a villain, it's got this whole action sequence, it's got everything in it. That was super fun to make and super fun as it is right now. But I'll also say I'm enjoying working on these new episodes. I think episode 5 is starting to become one of my favorites just as I'm working on it. So we'll see how that turns out. I hope it becomes like one of the best ones so far until episode 6, because I hope episode 6 is also like an amazing one. But yeah, I'll say Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy was really fun because it was also an attempt at, those prosthetic masks and all the stuff that went into that. Whew, I'm running out of time. Deadpool8940 asks about where I get my ideas from for SpongeBob in real life. Also, 2013, that's so funny. I think it's really funny to see people talk about, oh, I saw your video so long ago. And I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, it's amazing how it's been so many years since the first one came out. And I think the craziest thing is to think that when my first SpongeBob in real life video came out, it's always, mainly kids are my audience, and so a bunch of kids watch it. But today, those kids are like 5 years older. There's kids who watched my SpongeBob in real life one who are just adults now, living lives, and that's scary. It's scary to think that my channel has it's been so long, and I'm really disappointed that I haven't had more videos come out, which I'm working towards fixing, which is again why I mentioned the whole me maybe hiring animators soon. I'm hoping to put together a team and get some videos out more often. But let me get to your question. Where do you get your ideas from? So let me actually answer a few questions here. I noticed that a few people are asking how I came up with the first SpongeBob in real life video, how I came up with that idea. I've told this story before, I think in the other Q&A video I did like 2 years ago. That was so long ago. But I've covered this before, but I'm gonna quickly cover it again. I was trying to enter a contest that 5 years ago, maybe it was 6 at this point, but I think it was 5. Back then, when I made the first SpongeBob in Your Life, I was trying to enter a contest. The contest was SpongeBob Square Shorts, a contest that you could enter into with any sort of fan-made SpongeBob video. I worked my whole summer to make that first video, which was just, hey, what if SpongeBob came to the real world? That'd be a cool video. I'd learned enough about animation and special effects up to that point, but then I knew I could make a good video, so I just went for it, And I worked my whole summer. I didn't even have enough time before the deadline of the contest to find voice actors, so I was like, you know what, I'll just make it with music. It'll be like a giant montage of a video, it'll be fine. And it ended up really awesome. I think it's even better because it doesn't have voice actors. The first SpongeBob in Real Life is really awesome because it doesn't matter what language you speak, you can understand that story. I love seeing comments on SpongeBob's in the SpongeBob in... You know, one of you guys, I forget who, you said, why don't I come up with an acronym instead of having to say SpongeBob in Real Life over and over and over? And you're very right, I should. So we're just gonna say SpongeBob, oh, that's even hard to say. SBIRL? SBIRL. I'm gonna call it the show. My show? Yeah, I don't know. It's a mouthful, but that's how I came up with the first idea. And then from there, when I noticed that it was popular, and I noticed that people liked SpongeBob in Real Life, I just made more. So from there, I guess my idea process is always, okay, what would they do in real life? What's something fun that we know SpongeBob and Patrick do in the original cartoon? And what's something fun that I could show in real life? So like, in some of the recent episodes that I've been uploading, you saw Merman and Barnacle Boy. What would they be like in the real world? What would it look like if SpongeBob and Patrick, can you even see it? No, my car's in the way, but we got the pool right behind me. What would it look like if they jumped in the water and had fun, you know? So a lot of it's just what I want to see in the SpongeBob in Real Life video, and then I just make it possible. There was actually a really inspirational quote. There was this guy, I'll see if I can put his name here, but there was a cool kind of rap song he made, and one of the lines said, oh yeah, the song was called White Pages, I think. Blank Pages? I think it was called Blank Pages. And there was a line where he said, oh, what was it? Hold up, I'm gonna pull it up. That's it right there. If you want something, it is you who must create it. That is an awesome quote. I don't know where this artist, his name is Dr. Awkward. I don't know where he got that from, or if he just wrote it himself, but that's a beautiful line. I love that so much. It's the reason I actually saved the song on my playlist. If you want something, it is you who must create it. So for me, I look at SpongeBob in Real Life as my opportunity to put on the internet something I know that I would have loved as a kid. These kind of videos are the videos I would have loved as a kid. So basically, when I look at how I create new ideas for new videos, and even past SpongeBob in Real Life, in the future I've got some video ideas for something that's even bigger than SpongeBob in Real Life that I'm very excited for. And even when it's that, or when it's SpongeBob in Real Life, the way I come up with ideas is basically, what's something that I would have loved to watch as a kid, or even better, what's something I'd love to watch now? What's something that's not on the internet yet that I can make possible? And that's how I write. I say, what's fun, what's funny, you know, and I just go for it. I have a fun time when creating the stories. And that's kind of how that goes. I need to grab that paper I threw at the beginning of this video. Don't litter, kids. Okay, let's see if we can find another question now. Oh, by the way, greetings from Ireland. Nice. That was fun. I think it's really cool to know that I've got viewers all around the world. So, thank you, Deadpool8940 from Ireland. I wish I knew an Irish slogan or something I could say, but you're awesome. So the next question is, you like jazz? Actually, yes, I do like jazz. I know you're joking with this, but I like jazz. It's fun. I think I've used jazz songs a few times in this vlog, so yes. What is your favorite part about making SpongeBob in Real Life? Honestly, it's kind of funny, but filming. Filming is actually the funnest part of making SpongeBob in Real Life. You just get to go somewhere, put a camera up, you have the actors, you're filming a thing. That's so fun. I love filming. The animation is really cool. I love the process. I love the ability with animation that I can make literally anything. Not only with the 2D animation, but with the 3D stuff. You see the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episode, you've got the Mermalair, which was an entire 3D room that was made. A lot of these different things, you've got three-dimensional special effects, even just special effects like explosions and stuff when the Dirty Bubble was shooting the fireballs. I love that I can make all that special effects stuff happen, but the funnest part for me is filming. Just going there with a camera, having a crew, and filming. And next week you're actually going to see a little bit about filming. Again, this time it's going to be better than the first time. The first time I tried to tell you about filming. Next week I'm going to show you guys actual filming. And the coolest part is, I'm not telling you who just yet, but I get to film with a YouTuber who has twice as many subscribers as I do. This is an amazing opportunity, and you'll see it in the vlog next week, but that's all I'm gonna say about it for right now. Let's get back to the questions. What camera do I use to make films? Man, I use a few different cameras. This thing right here, this is a GoPro. This is a good camera. Basically, a lot of those sporty shots, I've used this. I've used this all the way back to episode 2. SpongeBob in Your Life, episode 2. There's those shots where I'm driving in the road on the neighborhood and you see those shots looking at me, looking outside. That was filmed with this. I'm trying to think of the other occasions. I don't know if it was used. Oh, it was used in episode 3. Whenever Mermaid Man throws his hands underwater, that was this. Episode 4, I used this a whole lot. It was used for the entirety of the car chase sequence. I don't know if you'd call it a car chase. It was more of a car drive fast kind of scene. Do I use this in episode 5? Yes, I do. I actually just am going to use it on that film shoot I'm talking about. You'll see next vlog, but I used it in episode 5, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use it in episode 6. GoPro is used all the time for action shots. It's really awesome. And I can throw it around and drop it, and I know it's gonna be perfectly safe because GoPros are built to last. My other camera I don't have with me right now. It's not even the one I'm filming with right now. This is just, this is funny. The camera I'm filming with right now, I've not used for a while, but this was the first camera that I used when I was filming the first episode, the second episode, and the third episode. Those 3 episodes were filmed on this little camera right here, which I want to see if I can, oh, my phone won't turn on. All right, so this is the camera right here. It's kind of hard to see, but this is basically a Sony camcorder. It's nothing special. I've got a microphone attached to it for the sake of good audio while it's windy. It might not even be working that well, but so this is it. It's a nice Sony, what is it, S-Master or the Exmor R? I'm not exactly sure which of those is the name of the camera, but this was a nice camera that I used for the first couple of episodes. But my most recent camera, which is something I bought for myself, because this camera right here, this is my mom's camera, and when I finally had enough money, I bought the Sony a7S II, which is a phenomenal camera. I love it so much. It's a DSLR, and it's super cool. You've seen it in the other vlogs, but it's amazing. It's amazing at low light. It's amazing what you can do in the dark with that camera. And I love it. So those are the main cameras I use, and they're kind of different usages that I use with them. So I hope that was informational. Philip asks if I like SpongeBob, yes or no. Of course. The first 3 seasons, that is, and the first movie. Oh my goodness. That stuff was amazing. The amount of memes that have come from the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob shows you how good they were when it came to the comedy, and that was a show that anybody could watch. You could be an adult or a kid, and you love SpongeBob. How do you make the voices, and how do you cast your actors? A little bit of a mixed process. For voice actors, primarily, it's people who I hire to do those jobs. So I actually will go online and find people who I pay to be the voice actors. SpongeBob, Patrick, those kind of people, I'm just like, all right, I gotta go find somebody who can make a good SpongeBob voice. This is also why SpongeBob's voice has changed. I think he changed for the 4th episode? Yeah, it changed because I found a better voice actor. Simple as that. But the second process is finding people I know. When it comes to actors, most of the actors you see on screen in the videos are literally just friends. That's it. I just get some friends and I'm like, hey, Ken, you want to be in SpongeBob in real life? Here's all the people that are my friends that like aren't professional actors, but acted in SpongeBob in real life. The comic book store shop owner, he's just a buddy of mine. All of the people in that scene of the crowd, those are all friends of mine from episode 4. Those are all just friends of mine. The evil villain, whose name is Damien, I know that some of you have been asking about that character's name. His name gets told in the next episode, so it kind of gets explained there, but his name is Damien Cooper. He is the evil villain of my SpongeBob in Real Life movie here. But he's just a friend of mine as well. He's just a buddy. Mermaid Man was another one of my friends in costume. Barnacle Boy was me. I actually played as Barnacle Boy. Again, that was so fun. I think I need to make a vlog episode all about episode 3 because there's so much fun stuff about it. Like, I just want to do a behind the scenes of episode 3 because there was so much cool things. I loved that episode, and I loved all the processes it took to make episode 3. But, I mean, the count goes on. I'm just trying to remember a few. My brother, obviously, is my brother. But every single person you see in SpongeBob in Real Life is basically someone I know. Everybody except for the news anchor in episode 3. That guy I hired online, he was a green screen actor. And that's kind of it. Everybody else, I know. And they're just a friend. And I'm like, hey, you want to help me out? Friends are awesome. And I thank you. And, this is a shout out to all the friends that I just mentioned. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. You're the best for helping me out on these projects. Thank you. Who's your favorite SpongeBob character and your favorite non-SpongeBob character? Oh, and there's more. That's 2 questions I hope you don't mind. No problem. I love answering questions. My favorite SpongeBob character, I want to say Plankton. Water, when it sits in the sun, gets warm. Man, favorite non-SpongeBob character, that's hard, because you're basically asking me what my favorite cartoon character is, and I can't say I have one, but I'd say there might be, just some of the quick ones I'm thinking about right now would either be Gumball or Jake the dog. I think those are 2 very fun characters. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say for right now. Those are fun characters, I like those characters. How do I make the characters interact with real-life set pieces? Click the eye icon. Watch that vlog last week. It's really cool, and I explain how I actually make SpongeBob in Real Life episodes. If you have any questions related to how I make SpongeBob in real life, please check that vlog out. I worked really hard on it, and it'll explain a lot of what you're looking for. What's my favorite TV show? So I guess you're asking not cartoons, and that's hard. I'm gonna say Drake and Josh. Actually, I said it was hard, and now I take that back. It's not hard at all. Drake and Josh was my favorite TV show. I love Drake and Josh so much. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to that. I love this question. How do you feel that your previous SpongeBob in Real Life videos gained over 60 million views? Great job, by the way. Thank you, Wolverine X. That's insane! I mean, I'm serious. Let's stop for a moment. Let's stop for a second. My first SpongeBob in Real Life video has 70 million views. How do I feel about that? I feel insane. I feel how in the world does a kid like me, how many weeks? I'm gonna be 21 in 2 weeks, so. And yeah, I know I'm an adult because I'm over 18, but I still feel like a kid. You never stop feeling like a kid until you give up on being a kid. When you stop treating yourself as having a young and fun life, that's when you become not a kid anymore. So even though I'm an adult and I have a job and which is this, YouTube's my job, which again, I'm gonna answer your question by saying that this is all an amazing blessing. I just gotta say, okay, real talk. I don't deserve any of this. I don't deserve all these views. I don't deserve you guys and all the support you guys give me. I don't deserve any of this. I put in hard work, yes. I practiced and honed in my craft of filmmaking and animation, and I worked hard to make good videos. I'm very happy with them. I think they're very fun. Do I deserve, though, to have this place, to be able to have a growing YouTube channel and to have all those views? No, I don't deserve it any more than any other person who makes YouTube videos out there. I don't think. I don't think that anybody really deserves to have fame or I think that's it. No one deserves fame, really, because we're all people. If you're a young kid watching this right now and you want to someday have millions of views on your videos, I want to tell you that you can. And you can do that if you try really hard. If you work hard for it. If you try to figure out what people are gonna like and you learn how to make that, go for it. And try to reach after that, because that's what I did. I love filmmaking. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to do this. It took me many, many years. I I was a teenager. I started when I was 8 years old, but I was a teenager before I finally made SpongeBob in real life. That's a long period of time, but I got there eventually, and I am still growing, and I have no idea what the future has in store. But what I do know is I want to thank all of you who watch these vlogs and care about me more than just SpongeBob in real life. I think that blows my mind even more. Like, yeah, I get it. SpongeBob is awesome. It's kind of not too much of a surprise that SpongeBob got me a bunch of views because SpongeBob, as an idea, as a character, SpongeBob's very popular. That makes sense, you know? Who wouldn't want to see SpongeBob in the real world, even when it's made by some teenager who doesn't really know what he's doing? I get it. But what really surprises me is you guys who watch these vlogs, who care about, like, just me making videos. I thank you guys. You guys are the best, and I hope I never, ever forget how awesome you all are, and I hope I never lose sight of where I am today or where I was, and I hope I never lose sight that I'm a kid here, you know? Like, I'm just figuring this all out. So, thank you. And you know what? Ironically, that is pretty much exactly 3 o'clock, so I have failed at getting this video done by that point, but I succeeded in answering your questions before then, I guess. Is that a success? I don't know. I hope you like this video. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this now and clean up all this stuff. So, thanks for watching. There's probably links up right now. If I didn't answer your question, I'm really sorry. I was trying to look at all of them, but I noticed I was just kind of skimming over some by accident, so sorry if I missed a really good question. I know that there was a few that I missed. Check out the videos. They're cool.